Welcome back to the show. I'm Brendan C. Adams, and I'm sitting here with Jasmine Haji Momin. And dude, Jasmine, we've been on a few ventures now, from book, we co-authored a book together, to shark retreats, to now working together. And you really know how to help people save money with their taxes. But the unique thing about you is you work with different influencers, people in Hollywood. And so I could go a million directions here, but before we kind of jump into all that, can you give like the 90-second cliff note version of how you even got to where you're at today?
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having
Yeah.
me. So awesome to work with you. Your energy, what you have,
Let's
your
go.
vision.
Yeah.
Let's go. Always. How I got started doing what I'm doing is I was studying law at USC, and my plan was to go and get a judicial doctorate's degree and become an attorney. And I stumbled upon taxes. My mom had created and has created a nonprofit social service agency. At that time, she was involved with the IRS, serving the low-income community with tax preparation. And so I was around it. I had a lot of friends. I ended up doing all my coworkers at In-N-Out Burger. I worked there for 9 years.
9 years In-N-Out. By the way, I like In-N-Out.
Everybody likes it.
Animal style, I get 2 of them, and the fries.
Delicious. Do you get animal style fries?
I actually get, yes, and I get the grilled cheese. I have
Okay.
like 3 orders and probably 6,000 calories.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
In a single meal,
Yes,
you get 3 burgers in a single meal?
yes, I know.
That's awesome.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, afterwards I feel like shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's good food though.
Yeah, it's good
I
food.
do have, this is like no like sponsor of In-N-Out in any kind of way, but honest to God's truth.
Yeah.
Worked there for 9 years. The quality, the cleanliness, like everything is just unmatched.
That's
we were
awesome.
texting about that
Yeah,
the
I
other
know,
day.
it's
I'm
pretty
like, oh, buddy,
crazy.
I sent you the SpongeBob reel.
Well, you sent me the picture of you, and I'm like, what is that? You actually did work at In-N-Out. I'm like,
9
wow,
years.
it's
I
crazy.
opened 4 stores for them. I worked at every corporate event on the truck.
Yeah.
And I just loved it. The energy, the vibes, the go, hustle, go, 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 go. Like I just
That's
want to always go.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
I transitioned then into becoming the creator's tax strategist.
Yeah.
I was doing taxes for all my friends, colleagues, coworkers, so on and so forth. And so in trying to do what entrepreneurs do, which is add cash flow while being effective and optimizing everything that
Yeah.
you can, I was trying to make an extra $750 a month in order to afford taking over my brother's office that he was leaving to expand his business.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to be in that office. He had redesigned it, upgraded it, whatnot. And I was like, I can't leave it. I need more space. And this is my prime
Yeah.
opportunity, because it was a location that would have gone immediately if we hadn't kept it. In an effort to figure out how to pay that extra $750 a month, this was about 6 years ago at this point, I stumbled upon an ESL company online teaching kids how to speak English, and it would be overnight hours, right? So I was 9 to 5 in the office, coming home 7, 8 p.m. I would jump on the computer at like 8 p.m. and I would teach English till like 4 in the morning, and I ended up making way more than the 750 doing
Yeah.
that. But in my journey to vetting whether that company was legitimate, I created a Facebook group for that community, grew it to 15,000 members.
Wow.
And in that group were other entrepreneurs who were doing that on the side of what they were doing in their entrepreneurial journey in order to make extra cash. It was like literally what I was doing.
Yeah.
So all these groups I joined to vet the company, no matter what the group was about, moms, decorations, background, how do you teach these kids? All the groups had tax questions. You're self-employed. I'm getting a 1099. What do I do? Oh my gosh, this is garbage. Who even designed this thing? And so I quickly created a Facebook group with that company's name, all about taxes. Grew it to 15,000 people. In that group, discovered someone online that had been heavily scamming these group
Oh,
of people
no.
in their corporations, taxes, accounting. So 1 turned into 5, turned into 10 that were being audited by the IRS for a really big situation, which landed me working with the Criminal Investigations Department of the IRS,
Wow, that went a different direction, yes.
taking this person down. He's in prison now serving 25 years. And so, not that I took him down, it's just that being in that group, and because he was
You
taking
took him
it
down, yeah.
I was like, wait, I don't want to take all the credit for it. The IRS had a little bit to do with it, but I ended up being someone that had a group of them that the IRS was looking for because they had opened up this large investigation.
So tell me, how do you go about just one day you work with celebrities, like different YouTubers, bloggers, OnlyFans, you name it?
Yeah, it kind of happened unanimously with what I just described. So in that group, some of the people that were entrepreneurs were, again, doing other crafts on the side and creativity to propel and scale their entrepreneurship. And one of them who reached out as a result of this having happened to her grew to becoming a 7-figure course creator in the travel blogging industry. So she's a travel blogger and course creator. And so she came to me one day and was like, look, our community really needs help.
Yeah.
I know you don't have time. Can you make a course? Can you give us something? Because she was like, for every course I sell, teaching people how to become a paid travel blogger, 10 people come and ask me about now what do they do that they're self-employed. So that was happening. At the same time, my childhood friend, he grew to becoming an iconic gamer.
Can you say his name?
Yes, I can. Berlizzi.
Yeah.
He's known as Berlizzi online. His name is Berlin.
Yeah.
And he's an iconic gamer, streamer, soon actor. You know, at this point has.
And you not only help him save money on taxes, but you almost help kind of manage some of the business side of things, correct?
Correct. I'm actually sitting CFO and Director of Operations of Berlizzi Inc.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I have direct hands-on involvement in anything and everything from operations to legal to merch. He hosts an annual event called the Easy Ball. And so I'm very involved with our producers of the event and legal and branding
Yeah.
and sponsorships. As a matter of fact, I negotiate sponsorships and brand deals for him as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so through being childhood friends with him, who, you know, was filing taxes with just a regular W-2 job at the same time as what I was doing in the self-employment world with the group I just mentioned about, he went viral and he became slowly but surely now this way huge person.
So I want to go into this because you work with a lot of influencers. They're making a lot of money in a short period of time. What's the biggest mistake they make when it comes to taxes, where they're paying a shit ton of money in taxes? Like, what's a couple of the biggest mistakes that they make?
For sure. Number one, I say this all the time, unfortunately, they start too late. They worry about taxes too late. So it's like, A, they just don't think about taxes. And when
Or don't pay them at all.
Or don't pay them at all. Like literally don't think about it.
Or probably don't even know that you got to pay taxes. That's the
honest
thing.
to God's truth, how many people will say on the phone like,
And trust me, I know you got to pay taxes.
you
Yeah, I know.
that bill. Oh,
Yeah.
man, you know, I feel that pain every time I
Yeah.
send the bill. I do too. We share that pain.
Yes.
And I'm here to help alleviate as much of it
Yeah.
as possible. It's literally what my mission in life is. But they don't think about it when they should, like if at all. And the ones that do it the way everyone else who knows anything about it do it. They worry about it at tax time on like April 14th. At that point, you can't go back and change what did or didn't happen the prior year. Your bill is what
Write-offs
your
or
bill
anything.
is.
Yeah, you're just writing one big check to the government.
And most of the time, they don't even know how much of a check to write, so they don't write any checks, and it comes with penalties and interest. The number of creators I work with that at the time of onboarding them, like, sure, I deliver a tax plan that has anywhere from, let's say, $15,000 to $100,000 in tax savings. Outside of that, I save easily $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000 in penalties a year for them.
What are very simple like tips for somebody watching this if they want to save money in taxes, or little hacks they can do to save them money? What are 2 or 3 simple tips that they can do? Because it can be overwhelming. You think
It is
about
overwhelming.
the government, filing return, taxes, send everything.
It is
What are
overwhelming.
some simple things they can do?
First and foremost, separate, like easily said, it doesn't even matter where you're at, how much you're making, how much you're not making. If you're spending money with the intention of this not being a hobby, this being a business, separate your checking account from your personal checking account into a regular old different checking account. Even if it's not a business checking account yet, just separate your checking account so at least you can track how much money you're spending in the business. And if you're making money, at least you're tracking how much you're making. Because when you say like, what can they do to avoid, or like, what are the costly mistakes?
Yeah.
They can't actually even avoid the mistake of overpayment in taxes because they don't have the information, the data, the bookkeeping, the accounting in order to even be able to do the tax return.
You also go by the principle, there's a book I read a long time called Profit First, where you think about you got to pay yourself first,
Yes.
because otherwise people, at the end of the day, the money's gone, you never have enough money to pay yourself.
Yes, and that's a big part of formation packages that I work with and clients onboarding them, because they're so worried about, well, how am I going to get the money? Well, if I'm not having YouTube deposit that money directly into my checking account, then how am I going to get the money? As soon as I say, hey, this has got to go into the business checking account, from the business account, you got to get paid over here. And they're like, wait, so I don't have access to my money anymore? No, you do, but you need to get paid through payroll to yourself. So you're
you
you're
need
paid.
separate accounts.
You need a separate account. You're paid. And I could go so deep in that. In part of the formation package processing, when we set up the accounting, set up the payroll, I also do a little bit of a budgeting call with them to determine how much should you be getting paid.
So I want to ask you this one. What is a hack that the super wealthy do to save money in taxes?
They let experts apply tax law to what their financials show is the fruits of their creativity.
Yeah.
They worry about their
Hire somebody like
creativity.
you. Yes.
Yes, no pun intended, but come here. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Wealthy people know that they are wealthy for the thing that made them wealthy, not for becoming experts in taxes and accounting all of a sudden. So they know that they're wealthy because they're engineers, they're softwares, they're whatever that they might be. They're gonna stay wealthy and become wealthier by letting somebody who already knows.
Let the expert do what they do.
Let the expert know what they need to do. You already know where I need to go and how I need to go there. Take me there.
So beyond hiring the expert, is there one other, like a hack, a simple thing most people don't think about? Like a lot of people OPM other people's money, using the bank's money, using other sources of money to grow your wealth. What's one little hack that comes to your mind that the super wealthy do beyond hiring the expert like you?
I want to say,
or that you do for them. Let's do that.
Yes, separating their money and just knowing the numbers. The number one tax strategy on every podcast, on every stage, on any speaking engagement, they're like, what's your favorite tax strategy? I can talk about hiring your kids. That's one big one because it's legacy building. I can talk about, the Augusta rule, renting out your house to your corporation and like making tax-free money. Cool, I can talk about all that. You can't implement any of those strategies if you don't know your numbers.
By the way, most people never even heard of that stuff before.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, you can hire your children in your business, and then you would move tax-free money out of the business to your kids as long as they're legitimate.
So what I love is you partnered with Big Brand Ventures. So we're working together. We're going to be marketing, getting content, growing things, many years to come.
Yes.
And I love it because we can help all the people that we get you in front of, help them save money in taxes and use that money for other things versus giving to the government.
Yes, like investing it back into marketing
Exactly.
to generate more cash flow.
Yes.
Right? Like another question. Oh, how do these people make wealth? They don't overpay in taxes so that they can take that cash flow and invest it back in the business.
So, okay, we're going to wrap up soon, but I want to hear what's one wicked crazy case study. You don't have to say their name, you can if you want, or you helped some kind of influencer, somebody save a shit ton of money while you jumped in and just changed things up to help them save money in taxes.
He's publicly spoken of this, so I'm totally going to like name drop on this. Yeah, Mark Phillips from RDC World.
Yeah.
He will always, he's such a kind person. And he's always gracious enough to say that because of the small framework tactics that I have built into my system, specifically serving high earner content creators, I was able to find, I'm not even kidding you, a 2-second mistake just by reviewing transcripts on his tax returns that saved him $113,000 about 2 years ago. $113,000. And it wasn't even a tax strategy. It was a mistake in the reporting of revenues from 1099s to a mixture of EIN numbers and social security numbers and businesses versus personal. And you would only be able to discover something like that if you were pulling transcripts from the IRS to know what the IRS has on your client before you tell them what you have on your client.
So what I love about you is you are obsessed with what you do, and it shows when you're talking. And those are the kind of people, like you came, we met at a book event, but then you came to whatever, shark retreats, and just, it poured out of you. Like obsession for what you do. And those are the people that become the best at what they do. And so before we wrap up, I want to just put you on the spot. You came to a couple shark retreats. What was the biggest takeaway when you came to one of our shark retreats?
For sure. Specifically related to content, because there's two things. Specifically related to content, you said something that's like ingrained here. A couple of people in the room said it about like, for example, low views doesn't mean low impact. And since I'm so driven in helping people and helping other people achieve just good energy and success and like whatever it is that's, their life plan, realizing that, you are making an impact regardless of what it looks like on the outside.
One view or 100 viewers.
One view or 100 viewers. Someone else also said yesterday, would you get on an airplane to go speak to 100 people? I said, yeah, I do it all the time. And he's like, so you wouldn't make a video to let 100 people watch it? And I was like, okay, stop yelling at me, sir.
Yeah.
I will. And then the second thing is just being in rooms with people like you.
Yeah.
People like you, people like your team, having opportunities to partner with you guys. I can't stress enough how much I know proximity and the energy, the things you hear. Like you would think you have to be sitting at a boardroom meeting maybe, or not a boardroom meeting, somewhere like intentionally speaking to someone who's consulting and advising you to get something valuable. I can't tell you how many people's conversations I've walked past where I heard a bit of something that they said and I like walked away thinking, oh, that's good. So you just, even the conversations you hear walking past with people is super helpful if you are intentional about taking away what you should be taking away from doing that. But yeah, you guys are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, many more things to come. We'll have a follow-up from other things we do together, but where can people that are watching, listening, where can they find you
Sure.
to save money?
To save money. I'm the creator's tax strategist everywhere online. So on Instagram, on YouTube, our YouTube page is under Moment Tax Services, which is my business page. But yes, I'm the creator's tax strategist everywhere online, and hopefully more I have a podcast called Taxes for Creators podcast.
Yep.
So that's an exciting
What
opportunity.
about social media? Because you're always posting.
The creator's tax strategist. Yeah, you can watch my whole life on my stories on the creator's tax strategist Instagram page.
Jasmine, thank you. It's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure.
Likewise.
It's always fun. I love the energy
Thank you.
and conversations as well, and everything
sir.
we're doing together with Big Brand Adventures. For those of you watching, check her out. She has amazing stories on Instagram, the people she works with. And if you want to save money in taxes, you got to call her up. Until next time, we'll see you later.